12 hours and 15 hours a day in the back. Because I put Fragulakis and Askalakis out and me going up, you know, sometimes maybe good, sometimes maybe shit. Malakia, 100% Malakia. Sometimes maybe good, sometimes maybe shit. Malakia, 100% Malakia. Fragulakis and Askalakis, Fragulakis and Askalakis, Malakia, 100% Malakia. Fragulakis and Askalakis. Mami work 12 hours and 15 hours a day in the back. Because I put Fragulakis and Askalakis out and me going up, you know, sometimes maybe good, sometimes maybe shit.
All right, sometimes maybe good, sometimes maybe shit. That's the joy of trading. All right, I'm going to go live for everyone in a couple minutes. I just wanted to test it out, see if it works. Seems like it did. And I want to try one more thing, but give me a second. Running a bit slow here. Okay, going live in a minute. What's going on, everyone?
Morning, Saudis.
Saudis? Where are the Saudis?
No, I mean Saudis.
What's going on, everyone? Going on live in a minute. I'm just in a message. Free for all. Okay, I can change my screen there. I'll start my screen share here. And let's see what we end up getting. Silver looks like it's about to break out any second now. We do have some silver 96 calls for the end of March. If anyone took them with me, you can start scaling out. We're up about 50% on those. And I posted a summary of kind of the current swings that I got going on. So XLE, 70 calls, they're still up. I think they're up like 50, 60%, something like that. I still have the full 20 contracts there. USO 90Cs for 2027, got 10 contracts at 750 average. I had the full position, haven't trimmed any of those. UNH 310Cs, I ended up exiting most of them, so I sold 4 out of the 8 because we got a 100% there, 109% realistically, but it is what it is. And the rest are just free. I don't know what happens to those. And the silver 96 calls that were $220 average for March 31st. I sold 8 out of 10 at 330. Yesterday, luckily it filled. Today I'm going to sell the remaining 2 that I have. I'd rather just have cash at this point in time and just call it a day. And then I do have a number of comments that are still ongoing. So Circle, Oscar, HL, FLT, ASCS, PL, GDXJ, which is the miners. I'll close at a good price right now. It's coming back to, or came back to the August prices from last year. So I'm going to start averaging into them now. Oxy, I do have a couple of these. Timmy said not to get them, but whatever. XLE, it's a bit of both commons and the leaps. SNDK, which has been performing pretty well, like it's up 10, 20%, week over week. I just buy when it's hitting a breaking point, and then I ended up averaging into those. I sell when it pumps up. So the theory there is buy at the red line or below the red line, sell above the red line, and you're good to go. And try to sell at the high, and it's been a pretty easy scalp, honestly, but it is what it is. But I am adding commons every week, and whenever we jump below this 550 area, I just add more, because I know you're going to go towards 690, 700 in the next couple of days, couple of weeks. EWY, this has been a theme for the last couple of months. It looks pretty good. Just looking at the daily here. This is the South Korean ETF. And you have Samsung, which is like 35% of that ETF. I basically try to average in around the 126 area, but I've been averaging $100 a week every week for the last, I think it's been 6 weeks at this point in time. So done pretty well. If I mark out the lows from when we introduced it to George to the time we're up here, you're up 30%. If anyone took, congrats. If not, it's okay. I think it's still got a lot of room to run. We swung some MAR calls yesterday. Those should open up really nice. So let me just open that up. There we go. XLE 55p. I don't know if that's going to live or not. So what happened yesterday after the market closed, we got those puts around here, like roughly, and it was trending down. So we were in the money for a little bit. But we got some news after the market closed that Iran and US are no longer talking or something's going on there. So those might be dead. I have no idea. I have a couple of runners or one runner on the 56.50 calls that I got last week, and same with the 55s. So this, we'll see where it ends up. I'm not holding my breath though. IBIT looks like it's about to run, but we'll see. Of course, if we get like a market correction or some sort of pullback on the S&P 500 QQQ, this may or may not run. George also called out Netflix 85 or 86 calls that are up like almost 10x. And again, similar story, you have a cup and handle forming, so maybe this has more room to run today as it is. And the one surviving, or the two surviving ones rather, are RTX calls for March. These should open up nice and green, and the MAR calls, so we bought them here. We bought the 8.5 calls for 35 per con. Let's see where they open up, but I think you're going to get like a nice 100, 200% return there. RTX I'm really liking. Again, you're getting higher highs, higher lows, nice cup and handle forming, and we'll see where that ends up. Okay, let's go review the S&P 500, and we'll go QQQ afterwards. So yesterday we made the mistake of buying calls up here. I did think we were going to break out, but you know, it is what it is. We're going to lose sometimes. I know the day before was a tough fall, but ultimately they came back and we were green on those. So well nicely done if anyone held. This is looking like a lot of accumulation. I want to see if we do this inverse head and shoulder and go up. Or do we go towards 678, 675, 676 area? I have no idea where we're going to get. The data that came back today was not ideal for calls, but I do think they undercut here, and this is strong level of support around the 682.56, 681.66 area. So I don't know if I'd be interested in personally buying any puts here, but you do what you're comfortable with. I'd rather just wait for it to bottom out somewhere and get calls. But if you are so keen to rush into something at open, just wait 5 minutes and let's see what we get. And I do think it's going to go towards the upside instead of the downside, because I don't think we have much more room to drop here. QQQ 600 is your put wall. You're coming back into it, so I don't think it's going to close below this. It has not closed below this. We've had a couple of sweeps on this on the 15-minute a number of times, but I don't think it has closed all this week, so I don't see this breaking anytime soon. And at the 680 or 600 area, I'd be interested in getting calls as well, either for Monday or zero-dated options, whatever you prefer. But I do think that it does something like this where it just bottoms out at the 600 area and then kind of goes back up and up and up and up for the next week. But let's see what we get. IWM has more implied volatility today than anything that I was originally expecting, so this might be expensive. But it is setting up like a nice base here, so this imbalance is getting filled. Does it bottom out here and goes up, similar with SPY and QQQ, remains to be seen. But it might be a good straddle day where you can get like 264 calls, but also 258 puts and see where you net out. The movement on IWM today is going to be insane. Like it's either going to go up like, let's go measure it out. It's either going to go up like 2% or it's going to go down 2%. We're going to see what we get here. So I got 266 on the upside as a target and 258 on the downside. QQQ 600 on the downside and 607 on the up. And the S&P 500, I got 676 on the downside and 692 on the upside. But let's see what we're going to get. I'm going to keep the RTX calls. I'm going to sell the MARA calls right out open. XLE puts, I'm just going to leave. If they expire worthless, expire worthless. Totally fine. I think some people swung the Netflix calls. I know Hefe did. He's going to be up like an insane amount, which is great. So congrats, Hefe. If you are still holding, please take the win at open. You're going to be up like 10x. Let's see where he posted it. Oh, yeah. We got this yesterday from George. Got 86Cs. They're in the money, and they're going to likely go up to, I don't know, 500, 600%, whatever it might be. I do like the Chinese names still. I'm liking how Baba's shaping up. Pony, PDD, a couple others. You have a nice gap above on Baba. I don't think we get there today, but it'd be nice to keep an eye on this for the next couple of weeks. And let me just mute whoever that is. I don't think I hear anyone anymore. All right. Nope, muting. Done. All right, the Bob is looking good for me. It's setting up like a bottom here and a baseline. We'll see if this ends up going anywhere. It's also getting a nice cup or inverse head and shoulder, so I want to see where this goes. But I'm liking Baba calls or leaps even if you want to do that. I'm holding the RTX. Yes, you got it right. These are for March. Let me go find it in admin summaries. They got 313 March Cs, 210 Cs for 123 bucks. I'm pretty sure you can get a better fill, but I got some of these just for kicks. And that was more of a hedge in case something does happen when they ran. And I think it's about to run anyways, so we'll see if it holds its shape. You got your nice inverse shoulder. You got your head here. You got your nice inverse right shoulder. Goes up towards the 206, 210 area, and I think we should be covered. And I think that's all I got on the list for now. We'll see how this opens up. I'm
also liking the idea of some airline puts.
Yeah, you like BA, right?
Airlines, so like Alpha, Lima, American Airlines.
Okay. AL. You want to get puts on these?
I actually swung some, but it's basically serving as a proxy for the related global tensions. Airlines tend to dive on that type of thing.
Yeah, if oil prices go up, they kind of take the dive, right? Although you are setting up a nice baseline here. I don't know. It's like holding that shape. If it breaks, which I think it will, then it might be worth getting zero-dated puts as well, like the 13 or 12 puts on these. Yeah, Big Z, I'll figure out how to get the percenter mode up and running. It's been on my list. I just haven't had time to look at it. And let's see where we open up. George is bearish. Levels to watch. We got 686, which I think we just swept. Oh, let me just find that chart. Yeah, we swept that pre-market already. Great. 685, we already swept that. You got your magnet at 688. That's when your liquidity is on the upside. And then you have your put wall at 679, which is almost there, honestly. And your call wall is 700. I don't think we're getting towards 700, to be honest. You're saying 689 puts, they're already in the money. And your target is going to be likely that 685 area. So we'll see where we end up there. And we still got 5 minutes to open. Are there any charts people want me to look at while I'm here? Oh yeah, Meta does look interesting, but I have some leaps on this for the end of this year, which are red. I don't like it. All right, this might be a good bottoming situation here as well. You got your undercut for the previous low of day. It might be good for getting calls for today for 650, 654 Cs. And this imbalance has been filled, so I don't think it's worth buying puts at this point in time. I think it's really just figuring out, does it hold here? Does it undercut and hold at that 645 area and then rip up? Or do we end up closing below that to get to 636? So just keep an eye on it. It might be worth getting the options for zero-dated plays, but let's see. Let's see what they're worth. Yeah, they're going to be expensive. Let's see how it opens up, though. But I do like that as a play. I think some people like Tesla. Let's go look at that as well. How do I connect George to Discord? I will ping you in a bit. And Tesla does look like it's bottomed out here. So I like the 410 Cs. If you want to get those for extreme lottos, you are setting up a nice base here. They're not letting it drop below this 603.66 area. If it does close below this, then I think you're going to go towards 395 pretty quickly. So just be cognizant of that. And I drew this on Meta or on Tesla some time ago, like it's been a couple months, but it is coming to that discount range I really like. So this is what I was watching for. This is where I want to get like leaps or commons because I missed them both the first time around, like a couple years ago. But I'm liking how this chart is shaping up. So this is what I see personally. Base around that 385, 81 area, go up, base around the 393 area, and then go up towards the 500, 600 by the end of the year. So I'm really liking how that chart is shaping up. But again, we're going to see what open looks like if we want to get calls or if we want to do anything else. It's also Friday. I don't like playing the S&P or any ETFs or indexes on Fridays, except for the last 20 minutes, which we'll do together. But it is what it is. There's always some market maker manipulation on Fridays, and I just try to stay out because I've never had one consistent Friday on the S&P 500 in like, I don't know, a year at this point in time. It's always been messy, chaotic. And we can look at the last Friday, for example, like it just started chopping around for the whole day. Let's go find that day. It was here. Yeah, we got like one move at open and then just chop straight up. And like we end up negating a lot of those gains on Fridays. So like this is why I don't like playing Fridays. Like you get one move in the first half hour and then basically nothing happens for the rest of the day. And this has been a consistent theme on the S&P 500, on QQQ, IWM, whatever. You get your one move, opening move, and then it just straight up grinds or chops for the rest of the day. So I would just stay out if I were you. But personally, I like the risk and reward for calls better. We'll see what George says. This is a nice discount area for the current week as it is, and we've defended this area for quite some time. And the market opens in 2 minutes, so we'll see what we're going to get. Yeah, I'm starting that $100 challenge probably on Monday. I might bump it up to 200. So I did 100 to $1,200 in 1 week, as you can see here. It was up $2,000. We lost a couple of $100 yesterday. I ended up rolling those 695 calls to today. I'm pretty sure they're dead, but I want to see if I want to roll them again to next week, maybe next Friday or something like that. But I do want to start it at some point in time. I think I'm going to wait till Monday. And George is a bit bullish on the S&P 500. I think he's probably right, though. This is what I was kind of hinting at. This is your nice, this is your bottom, effectively. Like if we get this head and shoulder pattern, like inverse head and shoulder pattern, the calls are better risk and reward because I don't want to chase puts when I know this area has been defended for like 2 weeks at this point in time. And I already muted Ahmed, so we're good on that front. And I want to see what George does. We also have on the swings page, you'll see zero-dated options show up right at open. So here's your zero-day TE ticker liquor, IWM puts, Amazon calls, Apple puts, silver calls, which I really like. I'm actually going to get a couple at open. Gold calls, NVIDIA puts, SPY calls, which I think he might be right. Tesla calls, I was saying the same thing, and SPX calls 6940. So whatever you feel comfortable with, do what you want. And I will be resetting him on Monday. He's going to start with $8,000 in total. So 4K for zero-dated options, 4K for swings, and we'll see where that ends up. Market is open. There's your sweep. That's what I was saying. I don't want to buy puts, but we'll see what happens. And let's see where the silver options are and where the Mara calls are. Mara calls are up 231%. Take the win, y'all. Just take the win. I'm going to sell both of these at $200 if we get it. Maybe I'll just sell it at 116. Do I even care? No. Okay. 1.16. I don't care where that goes. I'm happy with the gains. Silver are like the 86 calls for today, but they are hella expensive, so maybe not worth the risk there. And let's go see if we did anything on IBIT. I don't think so. This XLE call might be dead as well. But let's go see what's going to happen here. Oh, if anyone took swing the 55 puts here, you might actually be in the money here on XLE, but we'll watch and see. All right, we got 200 and something % on Mara. Hopefully that limit order is sold. There's your undercut. There's your undercut. We're going to watch for the first 5 minutes, and then we'll see what we want to get. And I'll just remove these drawings because they don't really matter. All right, my Mara orders has been filled, 223%. Nice. And let me just reply back to this one. Oops. Out. Mara 8.5C, 35 per con to 116 per con. Holding the rest, 0 or hero. I wonder what the RTX calls are going to do. It did jump up temporarily, and now it's back down. So they're gonna manipulate here for the next 5-10 minutes, whatever it takes. The 55 puts on XLE might actually still be alive. So if they are green for whatever reason, just take the win. Doesn't matter whatever they are, whatever it's like 5%, 10%. Just take the win. And I want to see what the RTX. I don't think they're up by much, if anything at all. Oh no, they're up 12%. All right, I only have one on this challenger account at least. But if you want to take the win at 12%, go for it. Okay, MAR has been filled. At least I'm thankful for that. RTX, there goes. Here's your pump. S&P 500. We're going to do a couple. I'm going to risk this just because I'm comfortable with the risk, but I'm going to wait another 3-4 minutes just to see what happens. I'm either going to get the 686 calls or I'm going to get the 676 puts. And right now it's looking like calls are the better risk and reward. George open anything? No, he did not. Meta calls, people are selling, so maybe that's a take profit situation, no idea. And Netflix is gone. I don't know if anyone took those Netflix calls from George, but they are probably up quite a bit. Hefe, what did you end up getting? What did you get? I think they were... we can just check, actually. I just realized Netflix. They were $100 yesterday. They're now at $600, so 600% play there. Nice. If you took American Airline puts, congrats. I did not take them because I'm trying to exit my positions from yesterday that we swung. I'd rather do one thing at a time, but you know, that's what I do. Okay. I'm glad those Mara calls ended up filling because I was getting worried there. Silver calls are still looking pretty good. Don't want to risk it. These are in the money. You can see I've sold them for $232 there. It probably has more room to run, honestly, but I'm cautious there. And Tesla, let's go look at, I always like the Tesla zero-dated options on Fridays. They usually work out pretty well. So I'm going to start a couple of those from profits because I don't want to mess around here. The 410 strike is only $89, $90, but we can wait a couple minutes and see where that goes. AAL puts, I think they're probably right. Yeah, I broke that trend line. So yeah, it's going to go towards that $12 target. That's the previous low, I believe, from some time ago. That's like down here. I don't know if it's worth chasing, to be honest. But okay, let's go back to the S&P. Okay, there's your undercut. If this level holds, we'll get calls. If it doesn't hold, either getting puts or just not doing anything, to be honest. Wow, 410Cs went up in price. You're up 20% on those if you took it. I like the 412.50 personally, so I get two of these. On Tesla, and I'll put that here. General Voice. Tesla 0 DTE 412.50C Lotto at 48 per con. And let's just do a one Lotto on the S&P 500. I like the 687 calls personally. So SPY 687C at 100. Lotto time. Oops. Actually, this might nuke. Hold on, give it a second. Give it a second. Don't buy it yet. Don't buy it yet. Let's get it at a discount. I don't think George has opened anything either, has he? Nah, there's just no volume, so he's staying out. That's probably the right call. 5 million volume compared to 81, and that's your average, so I don't know, it might not even be worth playing, to be honest. I like the risk and reward for the calls here, so I'm gonna get 188 at, oop, what the fuck, it just jumped in price, why? All right, if it fills, it fills. I don't want to chase it. Lotto size. Don't oversize. I know we got really confident this week and we started oversizing, but that's not the play. The play is to just be patient and take the win as it comes. Whoa, it filled actually. I'm surprised. Okay, we're going to watch Tesla here and the S&P 500 together because I'm not able to do that any other way. If you're still holding Mara calls, like take the win, you're up quite a bit. Let's go look at the option there. The 8.5 Cs, you're at 124 now instead of 116, which is where my fill was. So just take the win if you're up. You're up like 200, 300% there. And if anyone took Tesla calls, they're green, take the win. You're up like 10% or something. IWM is getting nuked. You're right. This is what my worry was. But it is coming to the nice bottoming area at 261.55. You can probably lotto some calls soon. I just wouldn't chase it here. Again, I don't think it's worth chasing the puts. All right, Tesla calls. I'm just scaling out here. They're up at 55. Tesla. I can't write. 412.50 Cs. 48 to 55. Take the win. And we'll see where this ends up. It has filled though, so we like that. I'm gonna roll these probably. You're up like 1% maybe on the 687 calls, but take the win. Okay, we're 7% on the SPY calls, 10%-ish SPY calls. We're almost at 100% on Tesla calls, which is insane. Tesla calls, take the win. Okay, there's your 10%. There's your, whoa, Tesla just flew. What the fuck? I just saw it go to like 70 bucks. Oh no, sorry. I wrote this wrong. Almost, what is going on? Is this up or not? 20%? Okay, you're up 10% on the SPY calls. If anyone took those, just take the win as well. I'm gonna hold them, but you do what you're comfortable with. RTX looks like it's about to fly as well. I think it's gonna go up towards that 202 area that I got marked out. Just gotta be patient at this point in time. Okay, while we wait, I want to play this track that I found on Instagram yesterday. It's about sometimes it's being shit, and sometimes it's great.
100% Malakia. Sometimes maybe good, sometimes maybe shit. Malakia, 100% Malakia. Pragulakis e Daskalakis, Pragulakis e Daskalakis. Malakia, 100% Malakia. Pragulakis e Daskalakis. Nami, work 12 hours, 15 hours a day.
Hopefully you can. I like this track.
Because I put Pragulakis and Daskalakis out and me going up, you know, sometimes maybe good, sometimes maybe shit.
That's trading.
Malakia, 100% Malakia. Sometimes maybe good, sometimes maybe shit. Malakia, 100% Malakia. Pragulakis and Daskalakis, Pragulakis and Daskalakis. Malakia, 100% Malakia. Pragulakis and Daskalakis. Nami.
All right, enough of that. Hopefully someone took the win on Tesla and the SPY calls. I don't know if they're dead at this point in time or not, but I'm happy with the gains we got from Mara. RTX I'm going to watch. I do think it's setting up a bottoming situation here. I don't know if it's the kind of music that seals bounce around to, but I quite liked it. Whoa, good job. Wow. 10x. Post that in profits and losses. And I did put like a admin summaries page on Discord so we can at least track it. This is for paid members only, but it is something that I wanted to put together just so we can track what we're doing and how we're doing that. All right. Hopefully someone got that fill on the Tesla and the S&P 500 calls. I'm going to hold mine because I do think the calls are better risk and reward. But you do what you're comfortable with. It might go towards 677, 678. We did see it go up 10% there, so hopefully someone got the win. And I think this is still that bottoming situation. So you got your left shoulder, or let's come to 15-minute. Left shoulder, inverse head, right shoulder goes up towards 691, 692. And if it comes down and we close below the 681 area, I think you're going to go down towards 677, 76. But I don't want to chase puts here. I already have hedges in place for the end of, was it March or April? I think it was at the end of March, 650 puts. So I'm covered either way. I'm not stressing this by any means. And that's it. RTX, I think it's going to fly. We're just going to watch. I don't see anything else, honestly. Let's go see Apple. Nothing there. No volume. George hasn't opened anything. Probably rightly so. There's just no volume right now. Trades. Nope. Didn't open anything today. There's your nuke on Apple. Quite like it. Apple's also looking at like this expanding megaphone. So, or sorry, the inverse of that. Coming back down to this range and probably goes up. And I don't think I see anything else. Amazon? Does Amazon do anything interesting? Not really. Yeah, George did call the Apple puts, but, you know, it is what it is. He didn't take them either. All right, this might have bottom on Amazon. I like the Amazon calls at this point in time. I like the ones for the end of March. Like with the 230Cs are only $100. Just take the win. Or take them if you're interested. RTX about to fly. Amazon should fly. Tesla's bottoming out. The S&P 500 is bottoming out, I think. But we're going to get the next 15-minute candle in a minute here. So let's see what happens. Just have no volume. This happens every Friday. No volume. And they're really not letting the 682 level go. I don't want to buy puts until that drops. Why aren't they letting it go? I think they're going to go up towards that 684 or 687 area. See, if they let it close below, I would buy puts, but they haven't let it close below here at all. This is suspicious. Okay, by the way, whenever you see this on the George homepage, if there's an SMT divergence conflict or the climax volume is bullish, that just means smart money is doing the opposite of retail and that the volume is coming in for the bullish side. So I know he's watching puts right now. He hasn't taken anything. Oh, our calls are green. What the fuck? All right. If anyone's holding those 687 calls on the S&P 500 and you're green, just take the win, honestly. I knew that was going to happen. 687 calls. Oh, they're not green yet, but they will be soon. If someone got out at a discount at $60, GG. Actually, might be right on these puts here. But let's give it a couple minutes and see where we're going to end up. I like that he wants to get them in the money. Bearish reversal. Yeah, I think that's probably right. I just want to play the S&P 500 on Fridays. It just doesn't work for me. I like these swings that we do at the end of the day on Thursdays and just take the win on Friday morning and call it a day. Let's see if he's got anything running on zero-dated options currently. Someone is buying $10 million of calls here. 608C QQQ, 10 days out. That's actually pretty good risk and reward. Yeah, 10 DT exactly. Oh, we did see some Okla calls a couple of days ago. They were up like 50, 100%, something like that. Ended up selling them. Oxy calls, I think he's right. Coin puts, probably right. MP calls, maybe industrials and metals might be catching bids, or miners. Target calls, are we like that? But I have some for 2027. Costco calls, again, it's like that rotation thing, right? We got rotation here coming into XLU right now. So utilities, consumer staples, and energy still catching bids. Moderate inflow on XLU, XLP, and XLE. And we're going to see what we're going to get. I like all these names that George has picked out, just so you know. Confidence boosted Tesla on the short side. Interesting. Let's go see MU calls. Let's see what they're worth. For 370 bucks. Oh, dude, it just jumped from 370 to 480. Do you want to take that risk now? It's your call. That's what we were watching, right? Or was it 415? No, I think it was 412.50. I like the 420 calls. They're good risk and reward, and you got a shit ton of open interest at 13,000 there. If you want to get these, those are good risk and reward. But I'm going to wait. Bum, 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 bum. George hasn't opened anything because there's no volume. He's probably right. Just buy puts for a couple days out from now. Holy shit, that's actually insane. 663 put. TLT calls and gold calls are like that. I'm telling you, it wants to go up. I just don't know how long it's going to take. Usually happens in the first half hour, but we're going to watch it. It should reclaim the 684, 685, and then go towards 688.02. While I do that, let me just see the Amazon chart real quick. Oh, it's looking good. Good call, Judy. These are pretty cheap, the 210Cs. Oh, shit. And got a lot of open interest, too. What the hell? All right, let's do this. I'm going to get 3 of these. See if I can get them at a discount at 16. 48 bucks. We'll call it a day. And we'll see where the S&P 500 nets out. Tesla looks like it wants to go up, but we'll see. I like Judy. Judy's our intern. Oh, we got a new intern today, too. Princess is now an intern. We also got Ozzy as an intern, but they are what they are. They don't get paid. They're just interns for kicks. They share their charts, and we exploit them for benefits. Meta calls here probably look good. I agree. It's already moved. All right, never mind. And Judy's our header intern. He loves the CRM stock. I hate that stock. It's bagged me so many times. But if anyone likes playing it, take the plays from Judy. Well, my Amazon calls got filled, so I got them at a discount. The 210s at 16. You're up like 20%. I'm waiting for the S&P to catch up here. But I agree, Princess. They're accumulating on the SPX. Let's go look at the SPX chart. It's the same story on SPY. And again, like I said, the risk and reward for calls is better because it's likely going to go fill this gap here on the SPX. You have this imbalance that needs to be filled still, and you have a lot more imbalances above. So that's really where my mind goes. But I'm going to wait to play the SPX until the last 20 minutes. Meta calls, if anyone took them, take the win. Amazon calls, if anyone took them, you're up like 20%, take the win. Tesla calls, if anyone took them, they were up, they're down now, but I'm going to wait and see what happens. They're coming back to break even, so if anyone's scared to hold it, just get out. Welcome to Fucky Fridays, where nothing happens, ever. Okay, Apple show started bottoming out. Ah, I missed it. I knew that was going to happen too. I knew it was going to go pump up right there. Amazon has bottomed out. What's physics saying, Timmy? Is he even here? He's here. He's probably on a call. Yeah, no, nothing there. I thought George took a play, but he did not. Let's go see what physics is saying, because it's always good to look at. Strong thrust on SPY, bearish. Yeah, we hear you. And we're entering into a bearish transition on IWM. QQQ is bullish. SPY needs to do what it wants to do. It's at a decision point. I think it's going to go up personally, but who knows? And I think QQQ is probably starting to look a lot better as well. Let's go open that chart. You're above the 600 put wall. And that's what I was saying, like you're going to get that undercut, hold this level, and then go up. 6 or 7 calls or 6-11 calls, probably good risk and reward. And SPY, for some reason, is lagging behind. I have no idea why. It's going from SPY to the QQQ. Yeah, all the data's out, so that's why we got that drop in the morning. But there's nowhere to go at the bottoms here, so I don't want to buy puts. Yeah, G had a banger short on UNH a couple, was it yesterday or the day before? But then it wound up 100% there. And if you got filled on those Amazon calls, just take the win. You're up like 20%. I want to hold mine because I got them at 16. They're up 20 there. So I'm just going to wait until I get 100% or 0.
You say you're on the phone with Mama? Ma! Oh my gosh. Ma!
Sat here, Mom, Autumn. I'll figure out the, what's it called? The stage situation. I want to make sure that we get this right. That made me laugh. All right, well, I'm starting to pick up. Something's going to happen in the next 5 minutes. Let's go look at the Google calls. I don't know. I have, I rolled all my Google calls to end of March. They're red. But this might be a good bottoming situation, and then you can get the 312 seats for today. Let's see how expensive they are. They're $100. Yeah, I like the risk and reward on the 310s. Oh, they're 87 now, not 100. But yeah, take the win if you wanted to. This is looking pretty good on the 15-minute chart here. So I like the thesis guy up north. Look good to me for Lotto. 310C at 87. Decent. Or it already went to $100. I don't know if it's worth a chase, but you do you. Tesla. I wonder what they're waiting for. Okay, well, it's starting to pick up, but it's not ideal yet. Our 10 mil now better than the 5 mil from this morning. Okay, we got 5 more minutes, then I'll end the stream because I don't see any activity happening, to be honest. Big win on Mara, though. That was nice. And Netflix, if anyone took those. RTX calls for March. You're up 20%. Take the win. I'm going to start scaling out because I got 10 of those. 1 second. Let me just write that in. RTX, I want to sell 4 of those. I'm just going to keep 6 just for kicks. Hawkeye's doing some dad stuff. I like it. That's probably why IDLM's not moving, man. Hawkeye's not playing it. So it's not doing anything. I just stuck in this orb still. Is it just me or does the whole market look like it's frozen? Nothing's happening. Stuck, 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 stuck. QQQ, does it do anything? I don't think so. Stuck. Is there still more news coming? Is that why? Do we get 10 a.m. news today? Let's go look at the market watch. What's the date today? February 27th. 10 a.m. Oh, construction spending. Who cares? No one's paying attention to construction. Why is the market waiting on that then? RIP. Okay, the XLE puts came back from life. My order just filled at break even. So if anyone's holding on that, just take the win, honestly, even if it's at break even. Are we going to get Iran news today? I don't think so. Iran. And I ran so far away. Oh, that's a shitty link. Doesn't even open. I don't see any news. What the hell? Iran war. I also can't spell, so sometimes I'll put warm or worn because brain no good, you know? Nope, don't see anything. Well, there's your move on QQQ and SPY, 10 a.m., just like we thought. Wow, they really tried to sweat us out there. I told you the calls were a better risk and reward. All right.
Yeah, if you keep in mind, Iran is about, I think it's 11 and a half hours ahead. So it's, what, 6 something there? Historically, if there was going to be some kind of strike, they'll do it at like 3 in the morning.
Fair enough. Yeah, that's what I was saying.
Which is what, about 7 hours? So like getting close to market close kind of would be like that window, right, to pay attention. So it might be something to think about, like end of day lotto, maybe not getting super crazy because that's that window where if a strike was going to happen, it'd probably take place.
All right. Well said, Warlock. We're coming back even on these calls. If you want to hold or take the break even to your call, I'm going to hold them for 100% or 0. I'm not worried about anything else right now because we made money on the Mara calls. I'm happy with that. XLE puts broke even. Tesla calls coming back. Amazon, we'll see. It's setting up base here. You got multiple inside bars, so I do think it's going to run. Which way? We don't know, but you're consolidating here to a move up, I think. SPY calls should start coming back soon. QQQ calls, when I said like at the 607, 611, I think you're up 20, 30%. I left one XLE 55 put runner just to see what happens, and if it comes down to 55, 54, 65, I'll take the win. And we're starting to get break even on the 687 calls. Hopefully no one chased puts, because I think that was a wrong risk and reward. Okay, we're up like 1% on the 687 calls. In hindsight, I should have added more, but it is what it is. Fridays are messy. All right, we'll see where this ends up. I'll keep the stream running for the next like 5-10 minutes, and then I'll close it, because I don't see much movement here, and it's Friday. I'm just gonna go enjoy the day. Did George open something? No, he did not. Well, let me just check his logs, make sure that we see the same thing that George sees. Let me open this up so you can all see it. Let's go see the logs from George. Okay, he had A set up here for calls, it looks like. And he didn't take them because there's no volume. That's fine. He had SPY calls A+, but he's waiting for an entry, so he didn't take them. That's fine because there's no volume again. Waiting for a pullback before contract selection. All right, buddy. I think you're going to get your pullback right here. So hopefully you take the win or take the play. I love it when I see like an A+ setup and he's like, oh, we should get calls or whatever. The risk and reward on those are pretty nice. And I think he's about to open a call, to be honest. I don't want to add it here, but I do kind of want to add it here. Okay, let me see if I can get it at a discount at 68, 65. I'll get one of these called it. Oh, no, it's going to break even. All right, whatever. I'm just going to fill it. I'll just see if it fills or not. I'm still happy with the gain, so I don't mind losing another 65 bucks there. Dakota, these are the Q's levels. 600 is your put wall. I don't think we're breaking below that because market makers lose money at that point in time. You're accumulating on that 604 area, so I do think it's likely going to go up towards 607, and then if it closes above that, you're going to 611. The risk and reward on 609 or 610Cs is worth it. Even here, I think it's worth it, but you do what you're comfortable with. I do like how this chart is shaping up, so your call. I really hope no one bought puts. That was a nice bear trap this morning. We saw that early. We probably got into the calls early, but I do think they're gonna fly. So I'm just gonna wait and see if we reclaim that 688 area. Amazon calls, if you took them, they're up once again. Tesla calls, if you took them, I think you're a break even at this point in time. Let me go check. I was able to sell 2 out of the 4. 20%. That's not too bad. I think that's gonna come back. Amazon, you're up again. I have 3 left out of the 6 that I got. So you're up 23% at this point in time. Or 30% at this point in time. Just take the win. And I want to open up. If anyone took those Google calls, you're at break even basically. And risk and reward on calls were better. As I said, you're at break even on the S&P 500 calls. If you've got a better fill, congrats. I'm going to wait. And I'm going to cancel this order. And what I'm going to do instead is take the 695 that are rolled and roll them to Monday, because why not? For an extra 20 bucks. And I'm going to keep these to see what happens. Good job, Mooseless. You took the win. If anyone's holding these Amazon calls and you're up 30%, just take the win. I think they're going to start going down, but we're going to see what happens. I want to sell most of these at some point in time for like 100% gain if I can get it. Sell 3 out of 3. Got them at 16. Sell them at 32. 96 bucks. Great. And the S&P is going now. Finally. This took forever. Usually we get in the first 15, 20 minutes. It took an exact half an hour today. And I really hope no one bought puts at that low, because that was not the right risk and rewards. And you're up 5% on the calls, 6%, take the win. I'm going to hold for 100% or 0. You know me. It's just how my brain works. Okay, well timed at least. And I think I'm going to be able to sell this at got them at 88. I think I'm going to sell them at $2. I do think it's going to happen. There it goes. You're up 15%. 13%. Hopefully someone got it at 60 bucks. I think I was the lowest at I was 66. QQQ gone, 20%. Tesla gone. XLE starting that process now and just bottomed out. Tesla, Amazon, QQQ is going. SPY is going, 23%. Bang, bang, exactly. I really hope no one bought puts. I sure got a few bought puts at that low when we were all saying don't buy them. Let's chat. Oh, it's the wrong call. All right, I'm going to end the stream. We're up 20% on these calls. I was trying to add more, but I just didn't get my fill, and I'd rather be cheap about this, to be honest. Amazon calls, we saw it peak 33%. Tesla calls are back. XLE puts are break even. QQQ calls are up. SPY calls are up. Take the win, and I'll see you at 340 for the end of day lotto. Chat soon, y'all.